Yo, what's good, peeps? What is up? A little context here. Well, first off, this is the Hunt Studio, of course. The Hunt Studio. My name is Hunter. Today is a day, my boy. Is this a voiceover? Is this a podcast episode? Is this both? Is it a twofer? I've been taking Gary V's advice. First of all, wait, no, I say first of all, and then I've said 8 things already. Eighth of all, I like to take his. I'm taking his little nuggets that he's saying. You know, a little bit of piece of what he's been saying, and basically recycling the content that I've made. Right. So if there's 4 platforms that I'm actively on, I can recycle. I don't have to make, 4 separate pieces of content revolving around one thing. You know what I mean? I can just reuse one on 4 separate platforms, right? So I could take a photo and then spread it across every single platform that I can slap a photo on, and bang, and I can recalibrate it, reformat it for whatever, whichever platform I'm on, basically. So that's what I'm doing. And with audio, my options are right now, I could make a video and then, slap some voiceover on top of that. And then, but the primary use is a podcast, right? So you slap a podcast onto Anchor, and then Anchor distributes it throughout however they do that. I don't even know how that works, to be honest. However Anchor works, I don't know. But basically, I can take this audio file and I can shoot it to YouTube. And, oh, by the way, a little side note. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I got my car fixed, right? I got the squealing and the awful noises out, right? So, since, the last time I had this little issue, I know this isn't like the most interesting thing, but I enjoy cars. I enjoy like getting under the hood and fixing it up real good. Yeah, so the air compressor went out. It locked up and it went out, and it was making this awful whiny noise before it went out. And then also the power steering pump was whining too because it had gone out. So I got 2 things wrong at the same time, and fortunately I was able to bypass the air conditioner unit, so the belt is not attached to that pulley, or the pulley is not attached to that belt. I don't know how to word that. But yeah, so basically I was able to bypass the air compressor unit, and then while I was down there, I went ahead and stripped out that old power steering pump and slapped a new one in. So yes, get to the school zone. Yeah, so we're back at it. I'm trying to gear, one of my favorite things, it's still got a little bit of wind noise, but that's okay. We're going to push through that. One of my favorite things, one of the things that I did while I was making a YouTube video, or YouTube channel, is just slapping up my thoughts. I had the first time I ever did it, I picked up my camera on my phone, and something was on my heart, and I just needed to say it, and I picked my camera up, and I just started talking, and I was just handheld the whole time, and basically it was just the ride home from work, and it ended up being like less than 5 minutes or whatever, but I just like passionately screamed into the camera, and then I press stop, and then I hit upload on YouTube, and then I titled it something catchy, and then bam, it was well received, and I think it got more views than like my art videos were getting at the time, which, again, they don't really matter, but I saw that, obviously. I was like, oh shit, people like this, you know? So I went ahead and did it again whenever I had something passionate on my heart, something I was like, you know, dealing with or whatever. And again, I was in my car and I just kind of stuck my camera out and just started talking. And then after like 3 or 4 times of doing that, I went ahead and dubbed the voiceover, or the talking, the passionate talking in the car. I went ahead and called it Car Thoughts, because usually when I'm in my car and I'm driving, it's quiet. I like the music off. Typically I like to just be quiet, you know, especially when I'm by myself. I just like silence, and it allows my brain to think and process. And usually whenever I journal, I do journal, and usually that's what that's reserved for, is for me to like slap my emotions down on a page and then just like kind of leave them there, put them in a journal, and just close the book up, and just, it's there for the day. And like, it could be anything, you know. I'm celebrating. Most of the time it's like something I'm struggling with, something I'm dealing with really hard, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, whatever. But it's just some like heartfelt emotion that I have, and I just put it there. But, you know, I also like to just speak my mind. And of course, see, I'm trying to find a good, healthy balance. One of the things I'm struggling with is finding a healthy balance of expressing myself, right? And because I can do this all day long. I can sit here and talk all day long, and I can sit there and write, and I can do all these things. Also, another outlet for me to just kind of word vomit is with my wife. She enjoys hearing this type of stuff. She enjoys, like, it's really healthy for our relationship if I just sit here and talk about whatever it was on my heart, good or bad, or whether she liked the information or not. It didn't really matter. And just being open and honest with her, you know what I mean? And that right there helps to the point where I don't feel the need to voice it again. I voice it, and she's all ears, nod and agree, you know, and then she even opens up sometimes and says, hey, this is what I've been struggling with. And in turn, I don't really feel the need to speak of it again, you know? Like, I don't want to sit here and live in this struggle, in this confusion, in this uncertainty. I'm trying to gear myself to where I am certain, right? To where I am, like, I've got a, it's not a clear, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm trying to, I don't know, I want to be certain of my actions. I'm certain of where I'm going, and certain of, like, basically with what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Or not even that, just, see, this is where it gets confusing. This is where it gets confusing, because there's so many factors that play into, like, what are you doing today versus what are you doing tomorrow? And if those two things are different, is that the rest of your life? I don't know. It's just weird. It's so confusing. It's something that I do struggle with, is trying to calm that shit down. Calm down, because, you know, it doesn't matter that much so long as you're happy, I guess. Also, you know, okay, so at this point like my voice, not my voice, but my brain gets a bit foggy about like what am I going to do for the rest of my life? That I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to voice that out loud. That's, if I think about that, I get stressed out. If I think too much into that, if I get too stressed out, I get angry and upset and just I say things I don't mean. Just, it's too much. So I guess my remedy for that is focus more on the day-to-day and make sure that my daily habits are something that I can be proud of. For example, I got up this morning and I made my bed, right? I made my bed and I got dressed and I kissed my wife and she made me coffee and I went home. I mean, I'm going, basically, I'm going to work now. And in turn, I'm taking advantage of this silent moment to speak, to create a piece of content, to get something off my chest. All good things that I'm proud of, that I can say that I'm happy with. You know, all these things, all these like day-to-day things. And whenever I get to work, I'm blessed enough to where I can put a pair of headphones in, or just one headphone in, and work diligently, but also at the same time, I can have like a good, positive podcast, or some good music, or just something uplifting in my ears constantly. And then that just like, that transforms my viewpoint on things. Like, absolutely. Like, I will say 80% of my mindset is 100% of what someone else has said already. And it's surrounded, like, you there's a good old saying that you become just like the 5 people you surround yourself with. And, you know, I don't really hang out with people. I don't really go out of my way to hang out and have a social life very much. But I do plug into these people who put content on the internet. And that's awesome. That's very cool. So I almost feel as if I'm getting some social interaction, I suppose. But yeah, so I don't know. I plug into these podcasts and just have good stuff going into my ears. And that allows me to take that, you know, and I work this regular 9 to 5, or today 7 to 3. And then whenever I get off, I've been plugged into these people who are just talking about success and talking about hard work and talking about the grind and just respect and love yourself and just so many different pinpointed topics that I struggle with, that I'm so motivated. I feel like I can conquer the universe. And to be honest, I go home and it takes some, I have a 3-year-old at the house, so I have to, I tend to him and I say hey to him, what's up dude, spend some time with him, really interact with him, and then he'll go about his own way after, you know, an hour or two, and then holy crap, me and my wife are free to do whatever, basically. And so at that point, I take out my sketchbook and I start drawing, or I'll clean the house real quick, or, you know, like I'm taking care of my little universe, basically. I'm making sure all of that's getting taken care of. Really like honing in on creating a good, positive environment, a clean place with like some good vibes about it, you know. I don't know, just constantly taking care of myself and taking care of the things that I care about and the people that I love. That's really what I'm focusing on right now. Is another thing is getting out of debt. That's another key point that I'm trying to accomplish. So getting out of debt's a tricky one. I know that whenever I said that, somebody's ears cringed and like, what does that even mean? Or if you don't have debt, you are a loser, or whatever. Let's not talk about that. Just whatever. You know, there's so much stigma revolving around money, revolving around debt. And I don't know. Again, I'm going to plug in, if I'm not the expert on the situation, so if I want to, for example, get out of debt, I'm going to tune into somebody like Dave Ramsey and listen to his advice and follow it to a T pretty much, and see how the results pan out. You know what I mean? And then also with like, if I want to, whatever, learn how to do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna follow a tutorial that someone like this, an expert, has set up for me already. So basically, I'm a product of, you know, all of my influence. Essentially, I'm still my own person, but I take little nitpicks, little things from each and every individual that I interact with, and take something from that experience or from that relationship, and then apply it to my own little world. So yeah, I don't know, it's don't know. Another thing, I suppose. But I never finished about the debt. See, this is what I don't have a script in front of me, and I've woken up I woke up like 30 minutes ago. But excuses aside, I don't know. I just wanted to talk. Wanted to say hey. Wanted to really just voice and say that I'm alive and kicking. You know what I mean? And my overall goal, I have to ask myself why. Why am I doing this? Also, what's my purpose behind existing, basically? And this is a big thing that I've really been thinking about, and I want to voice out loud and put on paper so that I have some accountability from myself and from other people. But there's this big, why are you chasing your dreams? Or why are you doing what you're doing? And if you have no answer for that, you should probably recalculate and either figure out why you're doing it or stop doing it altogether, because chances are you're not doing the right thing. You're not doing what makes you happy. You're not doing, you're not contributing to society. You're not helping others in need. You're probably not doing something if you can't answer why are you doing it, like without a shameful answer. You know what I mean? So for me, I have to ask myself, why am I sitting here talking into a microphone on my way to work? And why do I get home and draw? And then why do I have this dream of becoming an artist? Not becoming an artist, but making art a career. That's the big goal, is to make art a career. And then once it happens, why? Why do I want to do that? You know what I mean? Like, the idea of working for myself is something I've always been into. Like, I hate when people tell me what to do. Especially when it's geared around something I either don't want to do or don't care about, So I don't mind like a teacher teaching me on a subject that I'm super interested in, or I feel as if is necessary. I'm more than willing to allow someone to tell me, hey, you need to do this in order to achieve this. Great, I'll do it. But if I've got a boss that's a fucking asshole, and he or she, I've had them both, they're just telling me what to do and calling me names and disrespecting me as a person and just disregarding my work ethic completely for the sake of whatever. No, not having it. And I feel as if I could just create my own work environment and have my own way, that's good. I don't have to worry about somebody else. I don't have to worry about another boss man, because I am the boss man. You know what I mean? So that's the goal. And that's why I operate. That's why I have that goal, is because of my previous work history, and I don't like it. So, and my purpose, this one's a bit deeper, like the purpose for like existing, the purpose for, it's different from your why. Why are you doing it? Is because I want to be a full-time artist as a career, because I don't like boss people. I don't like working for other people. I want to work for myself. The purpose for doing it is a whole lot deeper. And it's like on an emotional and spiritual level at this point, where the reason that I open my sketchbook, especially even on the days that I don't want to, it's not just to get good at art. It's not just to impress the other people on the other side of the phone screen. It's my purpose is something I really actually need to review and really need to dive into more myself, because I can't even give a straight answer right now. It's something that and that's honestly, like, the emotional level of it kind of scares me a little bit, and realizing and answering that honestly and truthfully, why, or what's my purpose for existing on this planet, for contributing, and what's the purpose? Like, that's scary. That's so scary. But I don't know. I don't want to discount myself. I don't want to discredit it, and I don't want to jump to that answer too soon. And And so I do want to take some time before I do answer that and answer it honestly. So that's my why and my purpose and my whatever. And I know this is a lot of rambling, but it's time to end the ramble because I just pulled up into the parking lot at the workspace. And yeah, so I'm going to close out with thank you for listening. I know I said a lot. I know I said nothing at all. But I want to provide some sort of I want to give my hand and my knowledge and my whatever it is. Like if you have a question for me regarding anything, regarding art, regarding anything that I've talked about ever. I mean, I have a pretty broad spectrum of what I'm into. And if you have a question regarding, I mean, anything you're interested in, like, let me know, because I want to challenge you, and I want to challenge myself to like really think about things and put situations into someone else's perspective and just kind of really get an idea of what, like, because everybody's different, everybody has a different life, and you know, again, I gather my own opinions and my own activities based around someone else's footprint, you know, and also get around what I like and my passions and this purpose of mine. So I don't know, I just want to hear your input, and if you have a question, let me know, and it'll give me some things to talk about. And yeah, so I'm gonna close out. See you guys maybe next time. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. What am I gonna do with this piece of content? I don't know. I do know I'm gonna put it on Anchor. Maybe I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I might do a little drawing over this and call it the podcast. Wait, is this Car Thoughts or is this the Midnight Coffee Podcast? Oh man, I gotta get with the times, bro. Get with the times. If you don't know, I have my Car Thoughts that, like I said, is these 5-minute little thingies that I just stick my camera in my face and start talking about these little passion things that I'm struggling with, that I'm whatever, and I post it on the internet. With the Midnight Coffee Podcast, those are geared around more like longer videos, a lot more like voiceover, like this style that I'm doing right now, and then I'm just like drawing on top of it in YouTube, and then on Anchor I'll just drop it on Anchor and just have at it. But so yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll just start dropping it, and yeah, I want to do this. I want to make this a daily habit. I want to voice that out loud. I want to make this podcast, I want to make this, what I'm doing right now, a daily habit, to the point where if you don't get one of these from me, or if nobody if nobody sees one of these like every single day almost without me going, hey, I'm taking a break, then something's up. You know, hey, what are you doing? You're not doing this every day like you said you would. Maybe I won't do it every day. I don't know. I want to do it consistently. That's the thing. I want to do it consistently. I want to post these things consistently, and I want to get content out there, especially while I'm like up and energetic and excited. And I'm closing out. I'm getting out of here. Rambling. Have a good day, guys. Yeah, I'll figure out a closing. I'll figure out an intro. Figure out all this stuff later. See you guys later.